Hello, everyone. Welcome to May. I thought I'd share what I've picked up at thrift stores in a thrift store haul video. This represents a couple of months worth of thrifting, and I'm really excited about the first thing, the biggest thing in the back, which is my Vera Bradley bag. Don't you love all of the pockets? It's in great shape, has a wonderful long adjustable strap. It has a really lovely spring green feel. Absolutely love it. Tons of pockets, and it's perfect for all of the things that I need to take with me every day. It's perfect for going back to work, zippers, keep all my things secure. So pretty happy with that purchase. I'm going to try to tell you how much I paid for everything, just because, I think that's part of thrifting, is sharing how much. I paid $20 for it. It's very, very lightly used. No stains or rips or tears. So this next little grouping of items, let's start with my little creamer. I love it because it looks like cut crystal, but it's just glass. It's probably not that old. I paid $1.25 for it and thought it would be great for props, for photos, for videos, for holding little things like maybe paintbrushes, or you know what? I could even use it for Thanksgiving. Don't you love it? It sparkles so much in the light, even with that green tag. So I'm going to remove that from the setting. And I want to talk about the little brass things. Now, I purchased these for my daughter because she has a little Etsy shop, and it's E&B Vintage. So you might see these in the future, or she may keep them. 25 cents for these tiny, tiny little brass, I think, candlesticks. I think that they are probably made maybe in India. And don't they look like they would be perfect for Advent or for a little Christmas or even birthday? Tiny, tiny little candles, birthday candles. Now this I was just totally in love with, because apples, I love apples. And it's definitely got some weight to it, so I feel that it's older. And yeah, it's a bell. It's a little apple bell. Perfect for school teachers, I would guess. But it is adorable and has a nice sound to it. Now, I do have a few vintage bells that my grandmother's had over the years. But the apple, I think, is going to go to my daughter's house, as well as this recipe. Now, what's funny about this, very, very late 60s, early 70s vibe. It's got a couple little stains, but it says Detroit Free Press, the action paper. There's no copyright in it. And look at the cool graphics, as well as just your noodled ham quickie. Zucchini bread has some really nice stuff in here. Wetting your whistle. I just love the way they word things, but it's called the Tower Kitchen Food Guide each Wednesday. So I think that this is probably, I need to do some more research, but I'm going to guess that it's a feature. And they talk about Tower Kitchen, and based on the math, since 1933 and then 40 years later, that would put this, 1973. So I think that is what this is, but it looks brand new. I think it was a Sunday insert. My favorite is the mushrooms, even though vegetables aren't my favorite food. Do it yourself. Lobster. So do it yourself stuff. And I love this. So I think it will go to her because she loves these vintage things. Now, I talked about Victoria Magazine in my podcast and Tasha Tudor, and that was where I learned about Tasha Tudor in the 90s. So I thought, special garden issue. I just talked about Victoria Magazine. I didn't know it was still around. And this is this year's. I think I paid 25 or 50 cents. I think this was 25 cents. The brass apple was $4. So I need to take the time to sit down and read this beautiful magazine. Look at that. Cottage core, clutter core, speak to me. Yes, all of the things I talked about in my last podcast. But here it is in the embodiment of Victoria magazine. Now, the other thing I heard about on another podcast was a 5-year journal. And I actually looked at these on Amazon. You can see I paid $2.50. And this is brand spanking new, never been used. And for 5 years, you can do like one-liners or 3 lines. You can see, write the year, the date. And if you're like me, you forget to write each day. You might even stretch this out to a 10-year calendar journal. What I'm finding is I have a new journal that I got for Mother's Day. It's a monthly journal called Silk and Sonder, but that's more of a therapeutic and goal keeping. This is more like I want to write down like day-to-day things, or you can even just keep these as keepsakes, because the older I get, the more I don't remember. So, yeah, I just like the thought of journaling in a wonderful bound hardcover book for 5 years. Brand spanking new, $2.50, not bad. So let me set up the craft stuff that I bought. So I bought yarn. You know, I needed more yarn. But let's look at this first. At the Goodwill, I paid $3.99 for this. But you can see at Joann's Fabric, it's $14.99. There have been times where I really, really, really wanted water-soluble stabilizer. And this is a sulky product, I do believe. And this is great for, it sticks to fabric when it's moistened, and then it, sulky wash away. So, didn't sell for whatever reason. It's economy size. I just like having these kind of craft notions hanging around the house, because you never know when you're going to need it. I would probably use it more for this kind of stuff than this kind of stuff. But one never knows, because if you have it, you'll use it. If you don't, you'll wish you had. These are probably a little out of style. $2.99 for every skein of yarn here. But I thought, I have a loom that I could do loom knitting. And I know everybody made those ruffled potato chip scarves out of these a few years ago. But I thought, now, wouldn't that be fun as trim, or even trying to use it on a little weaving and making different kinds of what they're calling tapestries, but they're just like woven wall hangings and art pieces. Again, you have sparkly yarn hanging around and you have granddaughters, you'll probably use it. So it is a Red Heart sachet type of yarn. Add, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I paid $12 for all of this. But I bought 2 of these because, number one, I just love the feel. It's a Plymouth yarn. There was more yarns. I kind of regret that I didn't buy other Plymouth yarn in the thing. I only paid $2.50 for this one. So this is mostly acrylic, but it has some wool in it. I'm sure it'll knit up very nicely. And this would actually be great for hats. I probably have 2 skeins, so you could do, a scarf or hat, a couple hats. So that is the stash haul of all of my stuff that I got at the Goodwill. Are you a thrifter? I'm like having some different creative things hanging around, because you never know what you're going to need in a specific project, and I kind of like to fly on an impulse. You never know. I get going and I'm like, I wish I had this. I wish I had a little crystal pitcher, creamer. I wish I had a brass bell. I don't know. These things speak to me when I go to the store and the thrift shop, and if it's a good price and I can't let it go, I'll pick it up. So are you a thrifter? Let me know some of the best finds that you've ever purchased at a thrift store, and let me know the different things that you have picked up on impulse and go, I don't know why I bought it, but it was the best thing ever. Have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.